something you said really reminded me of 3 Days of the Condor.
Yeah, I remember that movie, yeah.
I can't remember what it was.
What? Oh, what I said? You can't remember? Or
Something.
You can't remember?
It was about, like, well, what was 3 Days of a Condor? It was
well, it's about the idea that, I don't even think, that was a ridiculous idea. I love the idea that the government would do this, but I don't think it does.
Oh.
Okay, so the government has a division. Okay, no, I got to say this.
That's what it is.
Yeah, the government has a division. I don't believe that this exists. The government has this division of, like, brainiacs that just read everything ever printed, every newspaper in every small town ever printed, to just know what's out there. Now they have a computer do it. To just know what's out there in case there's something weird that, like, spikes or does something. Read every piece of pop culture, read every comic strip, read everything to just see if there's some weird leaning of something. And so Robert Redford is part of this collective. And then some sort of conspiracy happens inside of the CIA where they realize that they may have read something and they can put it all together. So they send a hit team to come out and wipe all those people out.
And they do, except for him.
Except for Redford. You know, and so he's on the run.
They just read for a living.
Yeah, they just read, yeah.
When he gets with Faye Dunaway and finally tells her what he does for a living, it's like, we just read. I mean, they just read spy novels to get ideas about what the Soviets might be thinking.
Yeah. No,
I want to go back to 3 Days of the Condor. Because
it had something to do with that. What was it? Yeah.
But I remember, you said something about, like, the reason why you're so right about 70s movies being so great and emulated them is, like, the end of that movie, okay, yes, they're a CIA team that reads about spies and they get wiped out. And Robert Redford, at the end of the movie, Robertson, what's his...
Cliff Robertson.
What is it?
Cliff Robertson.
Cliff Robertson, who's the CIA guy, and we think that Redford is the hero, and I guess he still kind of is because he's given the story about how bad the CIA is to the New York Times, and they're at the New York Times building, and the truck comes out. I gave it to them, and Cliff Robertson says, "Oh my God, you have no idea how much damage you've done."
Yeah, right.
You know what? When people are freezing in their homes and they want us to get the oil, they're not going to want us to ask, how did you get it? They're just going to want us to get it. And it's like, that is adult entertainment.
Absolutely.
That is sophistication.
Okay, but not only is... Okay, yes.
Because it's true and it's entertaining at the same time.
There is not a yeah, but. There's not a yeah, but. There's a yeah, and. And the yeah, and... in that is, again, you can't take entertainment out of the era it was made and for the audience it was made for. 3 Days of the Condor was not made for us sitting here right now.
Correct.
Watching it. Oh, what's that movie? Because they hear us talking about it. Maybe somebody watches it now. It's not made for them. It was made for the audience in the 70s when it came out.
But I bet you people today would still like it.
That's not the point.
It's so fucking cool.
That's not my point. My point is, it was made for the audience in the 70s when it came out. And just by the very nature of it, a cynicism about the government is baked in the pie. This is about as commercial a movie as you can possibly make.
Robert Redford, Faye Dunaway.
Faye Dunaway, the biggest stars, the most glamorous stars in a really exciting action movie that seems to talk about now.
And sexy.
It's sexy, and it's talking about now. But a cynicism against the government is baked into the audience pie.
But sexy. I mean, if people don't remember or haven't seen it.
But the thing is, that movie could not exist in that commercial a way in 1966.
No, of course not. But look,
but after 73, yeah, of course, it was a cynical time. So any cynicism about history or the government is expected.